Hey guys, Weebie here, and today we are back with yet another video. And today I'm super excited because we were checking out some Help Wanted lore. So I finished Help Wanted several months ago, so I wanted to watch this video to get a refresher before I go into Security Breach, which I know you guys have been dying for me to play, and I am also dying to play as well. I also wanted to check and see if there's any lore that I might need like explained to me that wasn't explained in the game, since, you know, Fnaf games can be like that. There's usually a lot of Easter eggs and kind of small things that need analysis in order for me to understand it, at least. I was planning on Let's Playing Dreadbear, but I decided not to, just because from what I could tell, there's not really too much like story stuff in there. I think it's mostly just like Easter eggs and stuff that might get like referenced on later in Security Breach, but it didn't seem like anything too important. And I just really want to play Security Breach at this point, so it's kind of like whatever is going to get me there faster. So I decided just to kind of include the lore, I guess if you could call it that, in this video too. Okay, so the first video we're going to be watching is the story of Fnaf Help Wanted Explained, and this is by Super Horror Bro.
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's video we take a look at the story behind Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, the mysterious cassette tape recordings, and the strange anomaly found within the game after unlocking these recordings, known as Spring Bonnie in the game files, and often referred to as Glitch Trap by the Fnaf community.
Okay, I was like, I remember you guys calling him Glitch Trap in my comment section. His name is Spring Bonnie, though, in like the actual game files. Interesting. God, he was so fucking scary, dude. I remember when I would look over my shoulder and see him there. Oh my God, he was terrifying.
Who is this mysterious character and what does it want?
It kind of seemed like he wanted to take over my body, right? That was what it seemed like based off of the videotape. It's been a while since I played it, like I said, so hopefully I'm like remembering everything right. I also heard that this is like a new story in the FNAF universe too. Like it still takes place, I think, in the same universe as FNAF like 1 through 6, but this is like a new storyline in the universe, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna be keeping that in mind while watching these videos too. I hope Willie shows up. That's all I care about. Even though he got like burned to a crisp and he was in purgatory, I just know he's gonna show up in this game somehow. I bet that's him in Glitch Trap. Somehow he made it out of purgatory. He kicked Cassidy in the shin and just ran out of there. I'm half kidding because this is supposed to be a new storyline. So like surely he's not the villain again, but also I do kind of want him to show up.
There are 16 tapes to collect throughout Help Wanted, and with each tape collected, Spring Bonnie or Glitch Trap moves closer to the player and becomes more whole.
Creepy asshole.
Almost as if the tapes are rebuilding his code, which we find out is exactly the case when listening to tape 15.
I'd created a series of logs for you documenting the troubled development of this VR game that you're now testing. Now I fear that those logs are being used as a Trojan horse.
Okay, yeah. She did mention that, didn't she? That's kind of fucked up that he did that, huh? It's like you're collecting these tapes to like learn more about him, to like destroy him, but yet like the fact that you're collecting these tapes is like what's rebuilding him. Diabolical, Glitch Trap.
We'll call her Tape Girl, as again, this seems to be the name the FNAF community has adopted.
Tape Girl, Lamau.
But all we really know about this woman's identity is that she worked as a beta tester for this new virtual reality game from Fazbear Entertainment. She leaves the player 16 recordings, however these recordings are jumbled up and mostly out of order.
It'd be kind of cool to find out who she is later. Maybe we'll learn more about her in like Security Breach or even like Help Wanted 2.
Here is a screenshot I have compiled from translations of these tapes. I have placed them in an order I believe is mostly correct. So pause the video now and you can read through them in order if you wish.
Okay, so this is like the order that he thinks like her story happened in. Oh, okay, interesting. I guess I'll go ahead and read this since like I said, it has been quite a while since I played the game and I probably do need a refresher. But I don't know exactly how much I'll include in the video since it is kind of a lot to run through again. This game has some kind of malicious code in it that we haven't been able to fully contain or even understand for that matter. We're over budget, out of time, but that's not the reason that we're shutting down. Listen, I have to keep this short so the file size will be small enough to fly under the radar. There are more, they may not be in order. Oh yeah, she did mention that they weren't in order. I kind of forgot about that part. It makes sense, FNAF's always gonna make it as confusing as possible. They always gotta make it to where you gotta piece this stuff together yourself. Have you ever heard of a guillotine paper slicer? It sounds made up, but it's an actual piece of office equipment. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Didn't even know we had one in the supply room. I guess they're more common at businesses that do a lot of graphic design work. I remember seeing one when I was still in school, and even then I knew how dangerous it looked. I was always afraid of losing a finger. That seems so silly now. Jeremy used to do design work. I guess that's how he knew it was there. I do remember this part now. There was a kid named Jeremy in this story too. And I was like, is that the same kid who got his head bit off in 87? I'm pretty sure it's not the same Jeremy from the bite of 87, but it is weird they have the same name. Because I think this takes place like way farther in the future, right? Because like they're making a game based off of like the legacy of Five Nights at Freddy's, you know? And how like cursed and fucked up it was. So this would have to be after 2023, right? Yeah. So this is way after 2023. So Bite of 87 Jeremy's definitely long dead. Oh my God, it's Bite of 87 Jeremy's long lost son. Jeremy Jr., that's how it all connects. Wouldn't that be funny if it was that? There was something like a Halloween mask laying on the floor. I didn't understand. Ink must have spilled. It was only then that I heard a shuffle from the testing room and realized Jeremy must be there. I went back and peered in the window. I couldn't see his face. He had a visor covering his head. He had ink spilled on himself as well. The front of his shirt looked black in the dark room. He turned his head in my direction, but I don't think he knew I was there. What the fuck? Jeremy complained of nightmares when he came in this morning. Okay, so he probably is just like meeting with Glitchtrap now in the game, and Glitchtrap is like slowly getting closer and closer to taking over his body. I think so. He wasn't talking about it like someone telling a friend about his dreams, though. He was pale, looked like he hadn't eaten in days. Glitchtrap is haunting him hardcore. He spent an hour talking in Dale's office, but it didn't look like he was given much sympathy. When he came out, he went directly back to the testing room. He doesn't even jump anymore. Nothing scares him. It's like, I've already seen the devil himself, and he's a bunny, a glitchy bunny. He just stands there like he's talking to someone. Sometimes he rocks from side to side. We were told to leave him alone. I knew I was in line to do the testing next. They'd been prepping me for it. I guess they knew that Jeremy would need to be replaced soon. Damn. Shit. So Jeremy goes crazy, and then they're just like, okay, well, you know, we'll just replace them with another minimum wage worker. And then they can get tormented by Glitchtrap. You can always tell when a company is getting ready to fire someone. They start giving out written warnings for stealing things, making sure to make a paper trail and make a case for a firing. Okay, so you're planning on firing Jeremy. Things that normally no one would care about suddenly become grave offenses, all worthy of being written and documented. I guess it works two ways because it also encourages a person to quit rather than be scrutinized so heavily. I think Jeremy was too far gone to consider that option, though. Just too traumatized. The thing about it is, I don't think they were going to fire him because of anything he was doing wrong. They just knew he'd seen something. They needed to discredit him. Oh, so they knew Glitchtrap was in the game, and they were like, we can't have Jeremy telling anybody about how fucked up our game is. We need to make him seem really crazy. It does kind of seem like he's already losing it, partially too, so I guess it wasn't gonna be too hard for them. Oh my God, that'd be so horrifying too, being the tape girl, like seeing Jeremy lose it and how he's getting like shamed and about to get fired by the company and knowing that like you're about to take his place. That's gotta be a horrible freaking feeling, dude. I feel like I would just quit. I heard a pretty heated conversation this morning between Dale, our manager, and someone else on the line. It really feels like this project is in trouble, in no small part because of the lawsuit, I'm sure. There has to be a lawsuit. There's no way there isn't. It happened in this building just a few doors down from me. I think it's made worse by the fact that Jeremy tried to tell us something was wrong. But as a dev, we all just saw it as a challenge to find what the problem was and fix it. Who could have known that I have to go. Okay, ominous. So something big happened in the building a few doors down. It didn't happen to Jeremy, though. I'm assuming the person it did happen to is probably like dead or in a coma or something. It just seems like maybe something really bad happened to somebody else, and Jeremy has an idea of like what happened, and he's trying to tell everybody what happened. But of course, the company's trying to like discredit him and make him seem like crazy. They lied to us. They lied to all of us. They told us that the whole point of this VR game was to undo the bad PR done by a rogue India. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. They were making it seem like it was Scott's fault that Freddy Fazbear's was getting like such a bad reputation. So it's kind of interesting too. It's like all these games are like canon in the universe of FNAF too, now that I think about it. Because yeah, it's like the rogue indie developer made all these games based off a pizzeria that actually did exist in this universe. And now they're making like a new game to try to like clean Fnaf's reputation. That's so funny and like meta. I totally forgot about that aspect of the game. I have really bad memory, if you guys can't tell. But that's not true at all. In their haste to develop this VR game and clear their name, they sent us some things I don't think they intended us to see, such as a hard drive containing emails between Fazbear Entertainment and a certain indie developer. So Fazbear Entertainment was talking to Scott. They want Scott to make the games, tarnishing their name? Fazbear Entertainment hired the game developer. Okay, yeah, literally. Those indie games were designed to conceal and make light of what happened. This isn't an attempt to rebrand, it's an elaborate cover-up, a campaign to discredit everything. Okay, so Fazbear Entertainment hired Scott to make the games to make light of all the awful things that happened at Freddy Fazbear's. But I guess the PR campaign went sideways and like everybody who played the games was like, you know, the stuff that happened at Freddy Fazbear's was kind of fucked up. Maybe we shouldn't support Fazbear Entertainment. So now they're trying again with another VR game. I was told I had 3 days to finish Jeremy's work, but I know it's just passing the time. They don't really expect me to do anything. It's just to keep up appearances until the buyout is complete. We have to look like we have things under control. There's another potential development studio that wants to pick up from here, but who knows what kind of lies they're being fed to convince them to do that. Against my better judgment, I'm going to do my best to see what's here, make notes of it, and try to isolate where this thing is hiding. At least then the next person that tests this will have a chance of getting rid of it. Okay, so now they're getting bought out by another studio. Is this... I was like, is this the Steel Wool studio that actually produced this game? Is it like canonically who buys it in the story too? I feel like we're taking a really meta route here. And yeah, it seems like she's in the process of making the tapes for the next person that ends up beta testing it, which is us. I saw it for the first time today. There was a character. I couldn't make out who it was. Standing at the end of the hall, I thought it was just bugged out, so I made a note of it and kept playing. But then it was looking in the window, and not like Chica or Bonnie would. It was like it actually was looking in the window, seeing what I was doing. Okay, first time she sees Glitch Trap. I hope it is Willie. I want him to come back. He's the love of my life. You guys just don't understand him like I do. It was the last day of my beta testing, and the anomaly that I've been seeing is nowhere to be found. But after inspecting some of the files, it seems that it's attached itself to these logs, my logs. Okay, so this was the one where she told us about how it's like a Trojan horse. That can't be an accident, so now I have to make a choice. Do I leave these logs here for you to find, or do I try to purge this thing myself by destroying the logs? I've chosen the latter. Okay, so she actually did try to destroy them. I was like, did she just leave them in? I was like, girly pop, that is not... That is not helpful for us. I can't delete them. By creating a protected area to store these logs apart from the game, I effectively gave this thing a safe place to hide itself. It's in here now. Okay, so she just like ran into like a roadblock of some sort and couldn't delete them. I may not be able to delete it, but I might be able to do something else now that it's attached itself. I have an idea. Okay. I ran a fragmentation program on the area of memory that was storing these logs for you. I effectively broke the files into pieces and broke the anomaly along with it. Okay, so she broke apart the file. So she made it originally as like one big giant file, but then she broke it into the tapes because it stored itself in there. That means you won't have my warnings to guide you, but hopefully it also means that this anomaly, this virus, or whatever it is, will remain broken and unable to do more damage. Okay, so she thought that like once she broke it up, like we would not have the fortitude to piece it all together. But she doesn't know us. She doesn't know our Sigma grind set and how we got all those tapes and put them together, and now we're probably being possessed by him. Hello, you don't know me. I've created... Okay, so this is like her message to us. Hello, you don't know me. I'd created a series of logs for you documenting the troubled development of this VR game that you're now testing in hopes that you, whoever you are, and whatever your team you are on... Okay, so we're technically on Steel Wool Studios, probably allegedly, since, yeah, there was a buyout. So she was kind of still testing it before the buyout or when like the process was going on. But then once it got bought out, we became the new beta tester. Okay, I think I'm following. Now I fear that those logs are being used as a Trojan horse. If you're unable to abandon the development, hide all traces of these logs that I've created. I fear that finding them and reassessing them will also reassemble the very thing I've tried so desperately to destroy. She also thought we wouldn't put together the logs, and she warned us and was like, hey, don't put together those logs. I'm pretty sure there's some evil shit hiding in those, but we're just kind of like, well, now that you told me not to, I kind of want to. There is a way to kill it. It wants to escape through someone. Okay, yeah, this was the part that I remembered, that it like wanted to possess somebody, it seemed like, and get to the real world. Someone plugged into this game. That's, you know... You have to let it begin the process of leaving through you, then use the disconnect switch that I have embedded in the main stage. Let it approach you, let it begin to merge with you, play the music, and flip the switch. That will cause a hard restart of the game and flush the memory, effectively killing it. I hope. Probably, maybe, allegedly. God, I remember that ending part was so hard for me to get. I don't know if it was hard for other people, but I had so much fucking trouble doing this final part. I think I always flipped the switch too early or too late, and then I think I didn't even know which switch it was for a while. It was a mess.
Fazbear Entertainment are the owners of several once successful restaurants, including Fredbear's Family Diner and Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and creators of merchandise based on the animatronics found within these restaurants, merchandise such as toys and video games. However, the first developer, Scott Cawthon, who worked for them to create video games based on their beloved characters, went rogue and included a bunch of secrets and hidden messages in the form of these 8-bit minigames and other cryptic imagery which alluded to Fazbear Entertainment and its subdivision Fazbear Electronics, who designed and engineered the animatronics, being caught up in some pretty nefarious and horrific news stories.
Okay, so they hired Scott to make the games based off of their restaurants, hoping it would be like fun PR, but then Scott put in all the hidden messages about like the children getting murdered and shit like that. And then they were like, whoa, not cool, man. You really gonna expose us like that?
Fazbear Entertainment made this VR game to cover up and damage control against Cawthon's rogue Fnaf game series and try to clear their name.
Because they were just like, well, all these, you know, lies and slander were spread in game form, so we gotta put our propaganda in game form too. That'll fix it. And like, let's put it on VR too. Let's put it on like the most new and like technologically advanced game systems. So everybody will hear about it and hear how awesome we are.
Help Wanted's narrator references 2 points many times throughout the game. Firstly, that Fazbear Entertainment has been misrepresented, and most negative press associated with them comes from damage done by this rogue developer.
And while it's true that some stories associated with our name were loosely based on actual events, the majority of them were total fabrications from the mind of a complete lunatic.
Oh my goodness. Pending. Loosely based, so loosely it's like it didn't even happen. I love the narrator in this game, he was so funny.
And secondly, that the game and its characters are harmless and cannot kill the player.
This is a completely controlled environment, and you aren't in any real danger. Fazbear Entertainment not responsible for real danger.
We are also told to avoid interaction with any beta or unfinished code in the game and just forget it's there. So now onto these recordings.
Yeah, I think I remember like the narrator seemed to know that the tapes were in there too. I guess he could have also been referring to Glitch Trap, but I feel like he kind of referred to them separately at one point.
Behind by a beta tester who recorded them both as a documentation of events at her game studio, the studio hired by Fazbear Entertainment to craft this VR game, alongside another tester known as Jeremy. Could this be the Jeremy Fitzgerald from the Rogue developers' original game series? Jeremy was the main protagonist in Five Nights 2. It's
like, is it really gonna be him? It's like, surely not. I was like, I don't think that would make sense because he's dead, right? Or did he just get like injured? No, wait, I was like, there was like tombstones, I think, in one of the Fnaf games. I can't remember which one, but I feel like that one had like the people that died. Yeah, he was on the tombstone, so it's definitely not him. I was like, he's definitely gotta be dead. Like, I don't think you survived getting your frontal lobe bit off.
Guard who worked the night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from November 8th, 1987 to November 13th, 1987, after which he disappeared, leading many to believe he was the victim of the Bite of 87. This, however, has never been directly proven or confirmed.
Oh my god. No! It's like one of the few things that I like am just like, yes, this definitely happened in Fnaf. Like, was there no confirmation? It was just like a very popular fan theory that like he was the Bite of 87. Oh god. It's one of the few things that I've just been like, yes, this is 100% canon. This is something I know definitively that happened in Fnaf. And they're gonna take that away from me!
Is it then possible that Jeremy, after leaving Fazbear's Pizza all those years ago, managed to get a job as a games tester on Fazbear's first official game for the digital age, Help Wanted?
Man, why would you fucking come back though? Why would you come back and be like, you know, I experienced it in real life, but I want to re-experience it again in VR? What a psycho. Maybe he did get his frontal lobe bit off and he survived. And so like he wasn't thinking correctly. He was just like, yeah, that sounds fun. Yes, I should go back to Freddy Fazbear's, but this time in VR.
Well, yes, and as the tapes document, Jeremy didn't seem the most stable person in the world, which makes sense after the horrendous ordeal he was put through while on night duty all those years ago.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like he started losing it after he ran into Glitch Trap though, right? I think he was like pretty normal before that, right? Right? Like based off of what Tape Girl said, because I feel like she was like, oh, all of a sudden he came in and he was pale and having nightmares. I mean, I guess he could have just like gotten over the trauma from FNAF 2, like after loads of therapy, and then for whatever reason he wanted to like put himself through it again, and then he was like, oh God, why did I do this? And that's when he turned pale. But I don't know. I still think it's a different Jeremy. I'm just gonna keep it in mind and absorb more information as I go. Because like I don't want to believe it's him, but I don't want to completely like dispel the idea either. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Tape Girl references how Fazbear Entertainment gave the developer of this VR game certain objects to scan into the game to speed up pathfinding for their animatronics.
They give like parts of the animatronics and stuff to like scan into the game. Everything got burned down though in FNAF 6, right? I think everything, including all the old animatronics and like, you know, William, Michael, everybody got burned down in that fire, right? I guess I could have found like some other stuff to put in there, or maybe like pieces of the animatronics that like they could scan into the game. Because from this, it sounds like they scanned pieces of the animatronics and then their spirits got to the game, right?
These items were mysteriously retrieved by the client under the cover of night days later. And just before this happened, the storeroom these circuit boards were stored within was glowing with a bright light, while Jeremy was plugged into the VR game in the test room.
So I'm like, the ghost got in and then he saw it. Would it just be William that got in? I mean, his ass got burned to a crisp though in FNAF 6. Like, I was kidding when I said he was coming back. It was like what I was saying earlier. He kicked Cassidy in the shin, left purgatory, and then got scanned into this game, and now he's gonna leave the game as a human that played the game. Fucking William. That kind of seems to be the case though, because I don't think anything else is really possessed or like sketchy in this game, now that I think about it. Like, I think it was just Glitch Trap. So Glitch Trap's probably a ghost that got scanned in. And I would assume that's William, right? Because, you know, he's the only evil ass that got burned alive there.
Well, shortly after these events occurred, Jeremy had a series of breakdowns and became obsessed with the game, reporting a rogue entity within the game code and seemingly became hung up on interacting with it.
Okay, so it does seem like it was just William that got scanned into the game. I was kidding when I said that earlier about him showing up. Although, I am kind of glad, low-key, just because I love him. I was like, who am I going to simp for if William's not in this game? Come on.
So why did the anomaly appear? Why was Jeremy involved? And why is the glitch attached to the audio files? To answer this, we need to rewind slightly and look back at the character of William Afton and what we know about him from the original game.
He is back! This motherfucker is back! He escaped purgatory and weaseled his way into this fucking game, dude. Nothing can stop this man's conviction to kill children. That probably is the whole reason why he wanted to come back to Earth too. He's just like, man, it's been 5 years since I've been able to kill any kids, dude. Like, I'm starting to get itchy. I'm having withdrawals.
This was a man who lured children into the back room of a restaurant before killing them and stuffing them inside an animatronic suit. Animatronics that perform on a stage at the pizzeria. In this game, when unlocking the pizza party ending, we are led through various Fazbear Entertainment locations via messages painted on the walls and ceilings, eventually being led to a stage within the pizzeria where everything originally went down and beckoned to take the stage by Glitch Trap himself. See how he is leading us to the back room and onto the stage. It symbolizes exactly William Afton's actions from the original game series. That is because this anomaly is William Afton.
God damn it, I knew it! Motherfucker! How the hell did he escape purgatory? Is that game just not canon? I can't remember if that game was like confirmed to be canon or kind of like a spin-off, slightly canon sort of thing. I don't fucking know. I told you guys, I got a connection with Willie. I know that this man cannot be stopped. He cannot be fucking stopped. That is cool though about the ending, how it's like mimicking like what he did to the children, like luring them to him. That's cool because I didn't really understand that last like mini game slash ending. I was just wandering, following like these random instructions, and then he was just kind of dancing outside of the, you know, performance stage. I remember not really getting like what they were trying to say with that, but that's cool. It is supposed to mimic him like luring children to their death, and now he's luring us to being possessed, I guess.
Again, hiding within a suit and trying to lure us closer and closer until he can merge with us.
Yeah.
But why?
So he can get out and kill some more kids, baby. Oh my god. You know, like, you can't hate a man for having a hobby, you know? Oh, what? Like crocheting is okay, but child murder is not? Everybody has their own personal hobbies, okay? So don't hobby shame Willie just because he likes to murder.
Why is Glitchtrap even in this game to begin with? In our reality, Afton existed as a real person and later as a ghost within the body of Springtrap after the suit snapped shut on him while he hid from the spirits of the children at the diner. Eventually, as portrayed during the events of Fnaf 6, all the haunted animatronics were burned and the spirits set free. Or so we thought. It seems...
This doesn't really feel like a new storyline. It kind of feels like just another sequel to the 6th game. Unless I'm like missing something. I guess it's like a new storyline because it takes place like years after the 6th game. I guess like, oh, fucking Henry and Michael, they killed themselves for no reason too. Because this motherfucker just came back. Oh my god, they're rolling in their graves right now. Well, actually, knowing this game, they're probably ghosts somewhere. I guess we might see them later possessing like, I don't know, like a Jaguar animatronic or something.
As though Afton's soul still inhabited some of the original circuit boards from his Springtrap animatronic. The circuit board likely scanned into this game.
Motherfucker! He got burned down and then just like isolated himself into one circuit board, a part of the suit. This man.
Jeremy was trying to contain Afton's soul within the game as a ghost in the machine. I suppose the thinking here was that by scanning Afton's circuit board and placing it into the game, a dangerous spirit could be trapped in digital code and removed from reality.
Okay, I mean, he couldn't really do much on a circuit board though. I feel like that's kind of an L, Jeremy. Like, you know, I am starting to think it is the Jeremy from 87. His frontal lobe got bit off and that's why he's doing all this stupid stuff. I mean, like, just put the circuit board in like a jar or something. What's he gonna do? Jump from the circuit board to the jar, to the table, to this Kamida plush? Like, I feel like, yeah, it makes sense he would have a lot more like free reign inside of a program. Stupid Jeremy, stupid.
Effectively trapping Afton in a digital prison for eternity, and Fazbear would see this as a way to scrub all record of him from existence and prevent him from ever causing their brand damage again.
Dumbasses. I mean, at the very least, they shouldn't have like decided to sell this to people, you know, if their intention was to trap Afton inside of the game, you know what I mean? But they were like, nah, let's mass produce this and make a profit, baby. I mean, couldn't they have just like scanned Afton into like a solo copy of like Persona 5 or something and like never have sold it or anything? Like, is that not something they could have done? I guess then it's not a punishment because Persona 5 is a fun game. But still, you know, they could have just found like any old game and like scanned him into that, and then he would be stuck in that digital prison. And like nobody's playing it, so like what can he do? But this, they're like, now let's scan him into this game and then mass produce it and sell it to children, his favorite type of people to murder.
Jeremy failed to contain Afton or Glitchtrap and so was fired in order to discredit him, so if he tried to warn anyone about this, he would simply be viewed as a resentful ex-tester.
So like, Fazbear Entertainment realized that Jeremy was not able to contain him, but they were still like, it'll probably be okay. Let's just sell it and mass produce it. Oh, Fazbear Entertainment, truly the embodiment of capitalism.
The same thing happened to Tape Girl after she failed to contain the Afton virus herself. It latched onto her recorded files, using them as it knew players would eventually listen to the tapes these files represented, and by doing so allow Glitchtrap to attach to their subconscious and escape the game once more. Basically, he would escape through the player's mind while they were plugged into the game.
I do like how they made it so meta with like the VR aspect too, because it really does kind of make you feel like, I don't know, you're like literally in the world and he's about to take over you.
By resetting while he was in this state, we trap Afton in a prison within the game.
Okay.
A prison represented in this cutscene and embodied by this plushie which appears beside our computer chair after this sequence plays out.
Okay. So that's what that scene was meant. I didn't really understand what that ending was either. So he was trapped. I thought kind of we were trapped, honestly. I'm just kind of always assuming it's going to be a bad ending for us.
So for now, William is safely contained within Fnaf Help Wanted.
Okay.
But as he exists as a code in the digital realm, it is possible he may find a way to escape the confines of this game and reach other digital platforms in the future. Is this the potential storyline for Corfin's next mainline FNAF game? A story for the digital age, where these spirits now exist online and work like viruses to infect more than the bodies of simple animatronics.
Okay.
We'll have to—
They move on from possessing animatronics to possessing humans. That's kind of a fun step in this franchise. Anyways, moving on, we're going to be watching another Super Horror Bro video, and this one is FNAF VR, Curse of Dreadbear's Scariest Moments and Secrets.
This spooky Halloween-themed expansion to the base game adds in a slew of brand new stages, secrets, and new characters, as well as some new locations themed around classic horror settings such as graveyards and haunted houses.
Oh man, this is making me want to play it. Now I'm sad. The bunny mask looked interesting. I wonder if that's the mask they were talking about in the tapes, you know? Although I guess it'd be kind of weird that I got into the game even though it wasn't real life. But then again, I guess I could have scanned into the game since it seemed like, you know, they had that kind of technology. Hallway crawl.
As we kick off this exploration of Dreadbear's scariest moments, no place feels better to begin than the tense and terrifying Spooky Mansion stage.
Is this gonna be set in like the home that FNAF 4 took place in? It kind of seems like it would be, right? He did say mansion though, so I'm like, I don't think it was a mansion.
In this minigame, the player must navigate their way to the end of a darkened corridor as lightning clashes outside. These flashes briefly light up the hallway to show the dangers lying ahead. As any moment, Nightmare Foxy can appear just a few feet in front of us, and when he does so, it is imperative we do not move a muscle. Unless you're looking for a jump scare, that is.
That's fun. Reminds me a little bit of the minigame in Help Wanted with the pink Foxy. God, I forgot her name. But I guess that one you just had to like not run into her. She didn't like see you moving, I don't think.
However, standing still is not a very safe option either. If we stand still beside a door for too long and it opens, we are grabbed by one of two animatronics inhabiting the room. These will always be either Nightmare Bonnie or Nightmare Chica.
Okay. So you gotta walk when it's dark and then stop when it's bright. And you can't stop too much and you can't walk too much. Kind of reminds me of that Squid Game game too, with like the little girl who's like head spins. Dude, I played like a virtual reality version of that recently, and they made that game so freaking hard. Like you could not breathe or you were out. Oh, so I wonder how sensitive this one would be.
But one more terror awaits. You see, when we make it halfway down this hallway, Nightmare Freddy begins to chase us from behind. So now
fucking Nightmare Freddy with his little freddles, dude. He's so creepy.
The longer we have to wait on Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie, the more ground Freddy makes up as his shadow looms over us.
Jesus.
If we're quick, we make it to the safety of our bedroom at the end of a hall.
Oh, it does look like the FNAF 4 home. Okay, cool. I had a feeling. I was like, surely they're not just gonna do a random other house, right? Especially not with the Nightmare animatronics. Damn, that's kind of wild. So yeah, if you stop too much, then Freddy gets you as well. Jesus. So very much a balance of things. Menu screen.
Every aspect of Curse of Dreadbear is tailor-made to fill us with the heebie-jeebies, and this is ever true of the hub-like menu screen. Set within some kind of farm during Halloween season, the landscape around us is dimly lit by a blood-red moon and the glow of jack-o'-lanterns carved into the shapes of some of our favourite animatronics.
Oh, that's cute. There's a little Chica pumpkin, little Bonnie pumpkin, Freddy pumpkin. That's adorable. That's not scary. That's adorable.
The wind bellows through leafless trees. Broken down cars rust away in the distance, leaving us to wonder what exactly happened to their driver. Even the lake is a dark shade of crimson.
Okay. Wasn't there like a lake in Ultimate Custom Night? I'm trying to see if that would like connect somehow.
On occasion, the zombified Dreadbear will rise up from beneath its surface and crawl to shore. staggering past the player and shambling into the open barn nearby.
Okay. I thought he would come to kill you, honestly. Like, you can't even stay at the menu screen for too long or Freddy will kill you.
The same barn we end up in during the victory screen when collecting our prize.
Okay.
It's pretty unnerving seeing this rusted zombie passing you by, but never actually attacking. It is also possible to sometimes spot a giant version of Dreadbear peering at us from over the hilltops.
Damn, he's huge! Looks like a giant there.
Other times we see Foxy's pirate ship creepily swaying on the distant waves.
Oh, that's cool. Never seen his pirate ship before. I'm glad the first time I get to see it's on the Blood Lake.
Switch to blacklight mode and hit the button on the side of a monitor, and this activates the sight of Glitch Trap dancing next to the old house on the horizon.
Oh, Jesus.
It's spooky to say the least.
Ah, like the dance he's doing at the end of the first game. And then I guess, yeah, it's next to like the Fnaf 4 house. And I guess it kind of connects too since he's like William Afton. He's just dancing next to his house. Oh, that is creepy as hell. I always thought, yeah, that dance was super creepy in the ending. But I feel like, yeah, seeing it from a distance like that would be even creepier. Game over screen.
Now let's turn our attention to a screen you're probably all familiar with, the game over screen.
Not me, baby. I never get game overs. First try every time.
It deserves a place on this list of FNAF Curse of Dreadbear's scariest moments. For a start, the location is pure horror, the iconic graveyard setting. There's always something.
Is it the graveyard from that one ending? Oh, with like Jeremy and the others' graves? That's cool.
Supremely eerie about a graveyard because we know hundreds of bodies are buried just a few feet below all of those tombstones. However, a giant 50 feet tall Dreadbear staring down from above makes matters considerably worse.
I guess that's the giant Dreadbear that's staring at us from the menu screen too. I guess just like farther away in the main menu screen, and then here we're close up to him.
But what's that grating, clawing sound coming from behind us?
Oh jeez, oh god. Ooh,
oh, it's another new character from this DLC, a variant of Foxy known as Grim Foxy.
Ah, that looks cool. He's got like flames coming out of him. Oh, that's so neat.
He hunches over, burning away as he runs his scythe-like hand down the side of the graveyard gate.
He looks badass, dude. I love that design. Like, now I'm sad. I kind of want to play this so I can see him up close in VR.
While Foxy lingers outside the gate, Dreadbear slowly reaches down to grab us.
Oh,
Combine
God.
that with the setting and this ambient sound design for a pretty unsettling experience.
Jesus, so you're looking at Foxy making noise from behind you, and then when you turn around, Freddy's close to you. Oh god, that's horrifying. Oh, he's doing the laugh too, the iconic laugh.
And of course we get closer still to Dreadbear in his very own stage, where we have to build our very own version of him. This stage is also pretty creepy and styled around classic Hammer horror movies such as Frankenstein's monster.
Gonna say it's giving very Frankenstein vibes. Danger, keep out.
Set over 3 adrenaline-pumping nights, Danger Keep Out is surely one of the most terrifying stages included within Curse of Dreadbear for the
okay, this looks like a more kind of like classic FNAF setting.
following reasons. There's a whole bunch of micromanagement. The objective is to shock intruding animatronics with a concentrated flash of light.
Okay. I thought it was like an electric shock like in Sister Location. I was like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to piss him off.
We do this while we hide in a boarded-up office reminiscent of the one from the original FNAF
yeah, it
game.
does look like it.
However, these animatronics stagger about the building and so need to be tracked via the many surveillance screens. If we use too much power, the generator must be rebooted, leaving us in total darkness and open to attack.
Okay, you can reboot the generator though. That's kind of nice. You can't do that in FNAF 1.
Grim Foxy peers out from behind a curtain, ready to race in and take us by surprise. But it's Jacko Bonnie, Chica, and Dreadbear which really strike fear into the player, smashing through the wooden boards if they get too close and grabbing us straight out of our chair.
Ooh, that is freaky. With the bang on the wood, that would be really scary. Shit! Oh man, they bust through right before they jump scare you. That's awesome. Trick or treat.
Trick-or-treating is a Halloween tradition that excites children and strikes fear into adults hoping to avoid a house covered in eggshells and toilet paper.
So you get to trick-or-treat yourself in this one?
Within this spooky house reside the animatronics Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, Balloon Boy, Chica, and Mangle. And we must anticipate which of them will answer the door after we ring the bell and equip the correct mask accordingly.
Okay.
Fail to do
They get like angry if you don't put their mask on. Like Chica answers the door and you have a Bonnie mask on. She's like, wow, a Bonnie stan? Really? Bah, gonna kill you, bitch, for that one. That's kind of goofy silly. It's a good thing I didn't play this game because I couldn't even pretend to be a Balloon Boy stan. I would just put on the other character's mask when he answers the door anyway. I'd be like, fuck you, Balloon Boy, never. I'll never stan you. I'll get the game over screen every fucking time you come here. I will never touch your disgusting flea-infested mask.
Fail to do so, and we receive a jump scare and are taken straight back to that all too familiar game over screen.
There he comes. Oh, he likes Chica? Are they trying to get a jump scare? Yeah. A Chica stan? Really? You saw me coming. Why won't you stand me, damn it? Never, Balloon Boy. Never in your fucking life. I would just keep dying until one of the other ones comes, honestly.
Avoid slipping up, we must check the windows to our left and right and keep an eye on where the animatronics are at all times. If one isn't accounted for, there's a good chance it'll be answering the door to us.
Okay.
However, this task is made harder by Mangle, who drops down at points in front of a window to say hello.
Block your vision. I guess it's just kind of like a game of elimination, so whatever one you don't see, you put the mask on.
This causes us to get uncomfortably close to it as we try to locate which animatronics are obscured from our vision. The entire stage is built around suspense. And
how long did she stay there for? Dang. I guess in the later one, she probably just chills there for like the whole game.
The entire stage is built around suspense and the anxiety of the unknown. Many times it's easy to lose track of an animatronic, throwing our detective skills off and forcing us to think on our feet as to who exactly awaits for us behind this door.
I could definitely see winning this being based off of like lucky guesses.
Just hope you guessed right.
Hey, see, I'm a Foxy stan. I love you, Foxy. I've never shit talked you in any of my playthroughs, ever. Except that one time. Copyright-free children. He's giving me candy too. Aw, you're so thoughtful, Foxy. See, this is why you're my favorite. Foxy's Pirate Ride, the secret version. Oh, that's kind of cool. We get to actually go on the boat.
Foxy's Pirate Ride seems nothing.
He looks so cute. Oh my goodness. I do love Foxy. He's my favorite.
Foxy's Pirate Ride seems nothing more than a silly high score minigame at first.
Oh, look at all this Foxy art. Us Foxy stands are getting fed.
We sit in a Fazbear-shaped rail cart as we shoot passing targets to earn points and to try and make them.
I played a game exactly like this at Disney World. It was like a Buzz Lightyear themed one though instead. It definitely does fit the children's ride like aesthetic very well.
Try and make the leaderboard at the end of a level. A quirky story of high seas buccaneers.
Okay, Chica, slay. Look at my girl. She's strutting her stuff. Okay, I see you. Little Mermaid ain't got shit on you, girl. Foxy too, he's right behind her.
Of high seas buccaneering is told via cutouts along the way.
Ghost pirate!
Oh, look at those too, Freddy and Bonnie. Oh, this is fun.
A sinister side to this seemingly innocent stage.
There always is. I was like, this looks like fun and relaxing. What's so scary about this one?
At various points throughout the pirate adventure, helpy cutouts will pop up.
Hey, that guy, I love him.
Spinning these in the correct direction diverts the rail cart and sends us down a dark path into the unknown.
Okay, so I guess it actually is just like a chill, fun game unless you do like the secret stuff that sends you to the Fazbear Pizzeria.
Find ourselves behind the scenes of this ride in offices and warehouse environments, and here we are stalked by Jacko Bonnie and Jacko Chica. They pop up from behind secret walls and track us down through hallways.
I guess, okay, that makes more sense. You hit the markers in order to close the door. For a second, I thought it was like you just hit the markers and then Bonnie's like, no, perfect aim. My only weakness!
If being stuck in a pitch black maze with only a flashlight to illuminate the path ahead and Grim Foxy stalking you at all times sounds scary, it's because it is, and frequently makes the...
I was gonna say, I've been to like haunted houses with these like corn maze areas, and they're always so freaking scary.
If he spots us, we must take cover behind one of many cutouts standing throughout the maze.
So that's how you hide from him.
Things are made more anxiety-inducing by the inclusion of keys, which must be collected in order for us to escape through one of 4 color-coordinated gates. Dangers also come in the form of birds who inconveniently cluster about and loudly scatter if we venture too close.
Oh, Jesus! Okay, so you gotta like tiptoe around the birds too. How rude of them. Do they not see evil fucking Foxy wandering around here? Can't they just quietly leave?
Alerting Foxy to our location.
Damn.
This is without doubt one of the scariest and most intense stages in the game.
Oh God, I would have pissed myself if that had happened to me. Like once I trip on the birds and then Foxy comes running to me. Oh my God, I would have flipped. Glitch trap mask and the secret audio. Okay, this looks like the lore stuff.
There is more to the corn maze than first meets the eye.
Of course, it's like the scariest minigame that has like the lore important stuff too.
Collect all 4 keys and we hear the sound of bells ringing. This means we can now collect a 5th and final key, which spawns somewhere within the maze and grants access to that mysterious cellar door in the central hub. In the depths of this darkly lit room, we make a sinister discovery. A glitch trap mask, and possibly the very one Jeremy made, referred to by Tape Girl.
Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that might have been what it was, since she mentioned a mask specifically. Is that glitch trap? I feel like it looks kind of different in this. He's got like brown here and then white. I was like, is that really a glitch trap mask? I thought it was like a new character.
There was something that looked like a Halloween mask laying on the floor. It was only then that I heard a shuffle from the testing room and realized Jeremy must be there.
Yeah, it's got like a brown eye and then it's like mostly white. It's like, is this like the daughter of Glitch Trap or something? I don't know.
If we wear it while holding the plushie Glitch Trap inhabits, an eerie message can be heard.
Yes, I hear you. I know. No. There's no miscommunication. I understand. Yes, I have it. I made it myself.
What the fuck?
I think you would like it.
I think there's something else possessing this mask, and it's like communicating with the William Afton inside of the plush. And she's like, I brought something for you, Willie. Don't worry, I'm gonna help you get out of here, bestie. That's kind of what it sounds like, right?
Well, no one suspects anything. Don't worry. I'll be ready. And I won't let you down.
Oh, God.
It will be fun.
I don't know who the hell that is. Like, somebody was like, could that be the tape girl? And she was just like lying and pretending to help us like through the tapes. Like she wanted us to find, well, I don't know. I feel like she did make it harder for us to put Springtrap together. Like, unless that was the only way she could do it and she was just pretending like she made it harder for us to put them together. I don't fucking know, dude. Because I was like, otherwise I was like, Circus Baby somehow got in the mask and that's who's talking to him. I guess otherwise a totally different person, maybe? I don't know. I have no clue. I am once again confused. I'm sure it'll get answered at some point in time. Okay, next we're gonna check and see if there's any endings that I missed. And this video is uploaded by Dr. Hattie 1987, the Mega Pizzaplex ending. That seems new. Oh, just gorge yourself on pizza. Coming soon. Fazbear Entertainment now hiring. Oh God. Oh God. Those poor saps who decide to work there, man. Of course that we'll get to play as eventually, but you know. Okay, some kind of shed. Buy 2, get half off on blank of blank. Delight your family. I still can't really read it. Okay, well, interesting. I feel more prepared for sure to go into Security Breach. It was fun learning about all the different mini games and stuff that was in Dreadbear too. I was like a little sad now that I didn't play it. It does seem like a really fun game. I guess I can always play it in my free time. I definitely do think I had a better understanding of what could have happened, like story-wise, in Help Wanted. I definitely am going to be keeping an open mind though, because I feel like that's always best to do with Fnaf, just because I feel like a lot of times with the next game you'll learn new things that kind of like disprove things you might have learned or thought you learned in the first one. So I don't know, lore-wise, I'm gonna go into everything with an open mind. But yeah, I'm super excited to play Security Breach. God, I've been wanting to play that one for quite a while. So yeah, I guess we'll probably be checking out that game next. But yeah, please do be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you do enjoy my videos. That kind of stuff just help out a bunch. And yeah, I will see you guys real soon.